thing I can say. As a bachelor, I'm not without relatives. Peter's relatives. This little charmer dancing with him is his niece Blossom. Now, when her mother, who is a professional dancer, went overseas on a 2-month tour, well, it was only natural that Blossom come and stay with us.
I sometimes think that I'm alone. I look around and find you.
No matter what you try to do, remember I'm behind you.
We're never apart.
We're never apart.
For you stick like glue.
For I stick like glue.
Wherever I start.
Wherever you start, I'm following you.
Now it's way past your bedtime.
Oh, no, it's not, Niece Kelly. My mother always lets me stay up till after the last show. The fellas in the band used to say I'm a regular night owl.
That's why your mother wanted you to stay with us, because you've been spending too much time with grown-ups.
But I'm not at all sleepy. Please, please.
Oh, all right. Guess one more number's not going to hurt.
Uncle Bentley.
Be ready in a minute. Just get my wind back.
Blossom, honey, you really should get a good night's sleep. I've invited some of the neighborhood children over tomorrow.
But I'd rather stay up with you. I don't want to play with children. They're such kids.
You have a point. Honey, show them how to do the twist.
Oh, yes, I'd like to see that. Come on.
Okay.
Blossom, right now, just show us how fast you can twist into your pajamas. Come on now.
But Kelly!
Come on, I'll be right out. I'm surprised at both of you giving in to her like that.
Well, darling, the adjustment hasn't been easy for her. We're just trying to make her feel at home.
Yes, I promised Cousin Annie to take good care, little darling.
There's such a thing as showering too much attention on her. Now, if Blossom's going to live with us and go to school and lead a normal life, she's got to learn to keep normal hours.
Yes, but give her a chance. Not easy to change night owl into early bird.
That's right. Just how early are the children coming over tomorrow, dear?
I'm picking up Barry and Annabelle at 12.
Oh, boy!
Blossom, what are you doing down here again?
If the kids won't be here until 12, I'll be able to sleep till 11. We have time for another dance. Come on, Uncle Peter. Let me get it.
Okay, kids, let's all take our cookies and go out in the backyard and play something. How would you like that?
Yeah!
Good. What game would you like to play?
Take a giant step.
Fine. Come on, let's go.
Why not with kids?
Oh, I wasn't having any fun. I'd rather be with you.
I'm happy having you hang around too, little love bug. How you like to help me with cake?
I'd love to, Uncle Peter.
Yeah, see what pretty design you can make. Hey, you terrific. You regular pastry Picasso.
Blossom, why did you run off?
I wanted to see Uncle Peter.
But I invited the children over to play with you. Now, come on, dear.
Well, all right, but first I think I'll go up and wash. Excuse me.
Don't look at me. Not my fault if I attract child. Pied Piper have same problem.
Peter, you and Uncle Bentley will just have to stop pampering her. Blossom has to learn to get along with other children, or she's going to have a rough time when she starts school on Monday. Now, when she comes down, you send her right out. And don't forget.
Uncle Bentley!
Hiya, Blossom.
Gee, I'm glad you're home early.
Did all your friends leave already?
No, they're out and back with Kelly. Will you dance with me?
Oh, now, honey, shouldn't you be outside playing with the other children?
Please, Uncle Bentley, just a couple of steps.
Well, would Fred Astaire turn down Ginger Rogers?
No, not that. The dance I was doing with Uncle Peter.
That? Well, gee, that's hard, isn't it?
It's easy. Follow me.
Okay.
Wherever I go.
Wherever you go.
Whatever I do.
Whatever you do.
You want to know.
I want you to know I'm following you.
Whatever I climb.
Whatever you climb.
Or tumble into.
Or tumble into.
Why all of the time.
I'm following you.
Come on, Uncle Peter. I sometimes think that I'm alone. I look around and find you.
No matter what you try to do, remember we're behind you.
We're never apart.
We're never apart.
For you stick like glue.
For we stick like glue.
Wherever I start.
Wherever I start, we're following you.
I'm just passing through. This uncle's fault.
My fault? Well, I was just coming through the door, that's all. Blossom, dear, maybe you better go outside. The children are waiting for you.
I won't play with them. I don't like children. I hate them.
But don't you want to have friends?
You're my friend. Uncle Peter's my friend. Uncle Bentley's my friend.
But we're grown-ups. You should have other friends.
I have another friend, Calvin.
Calvin?
Well, do you still think there's no problem? Did you hear what she said? She hates children.
Well, you may be right, darling.
Never mind who's right. Who's Calvin?
Well, we're making progress. We got her into bed at 10:30 tonight.
Not easy. For a bedtime story, I had to read her 32 pages of newspaper called Variety.
Variety?
Yeah, not even know what I'm reading. Flicker, Biz, Boffo, and Cincy. And you think Chinese, strange language.
Did she say her prayers all right?
That'd take another 20 minutes. She blessed 15 relatives, and guess who else? Calvin.
Whoever Calvin is, he's made quite an impression on her.
That's all I hear all day long. Calvin this, Calvin that. I got Calvin coming out of my ears. Oh, I better check on little darling. Make sure blanket not fall off in sleep.
Do you suppose Calvin's someone in show business? You know, someone she met on the road with her mother?
I don't know, darling. Only Calvin I've ever heard of is Coolidge. And I rather doubt that she'd be palling around with him.
Calvin, come over here and sit down. You know, I've never seen such cornball kids. You can't take a step unless you say, "May I?" Were you lucky you didn't come downstairs, Calvin?
Mr. Craig, this Kelly.
What's the matter?
Now she talking to him. He in room.
Who? Who's in the room?
Who else? Calvin.
Can you imagine me being in bed at 10:30, Calvin? Isn't that ridiculous? If you weren't here, I wouldn't know what to do. What kind of game would you like to play? Come in. Hello, Uncle Bentley.
Blossom, who were you just talking to?
Calvin.
Oh, is he here?
Of course he's here. He's my friend.
Darling, you know, I think it's time that...
Look out! You almost sat on him.
Oh, sorry, Calvin. Well, I'm very glad that you found a little boy to play with, but...
Calvin is not a little boy.
Oh, what is he?
He's a kangaroo.
Well, I'm very happy that you found a little kangaroo to play with.
He is not little. He knows I don't like children. He's 42 years old.
42 years old?
We'll just lay back and rest for a minute, Calvin.
How much fun can it be playing with a kangaroo?
Oh, Calvin isn't always a kangaroo. Sometimes he's a hippopotamus or a giraffe. He's anything I want him to be.
Hippopotamus? Giraffe?
Darling, you know, it's very handy to have a little friend like that, but when you get to know Barry and Annabelle, you'll like them, too. Why don't I ask Kelly to have the kids back to play with you tomorrow?
Oh, I couldn't play with him again. It wouldn't be fair to leave Calvin up here all alone.
Well, he's going to have to get used to that. When you go to school on Monday, you'll have to leave him alone.
I won't go to school. I won't leave Calvin. I won't.
Well, look, dear, you say goodnight to Calvin and get into bed, and we'll discuss it in the morning, Night.
Good night, Uncle Bentley.
Very puzzling. Kangaroo, hippopotamus, giraffe.
How she get mixed up with whole menagerie?
What a menagerie, all named Calvin.
Now that we found out who Calvin is, I'm more confused than ever.
There's nothing to be confused about. We studied this in child psychology. A youngster who can't get along with other children often creates make-believe friends.
Maybe we're wrong to make her play games. She's genius, very artistic. I got an idea.
What's that?
I invite kids back. I show you how Oriental child psychologists work.
I'm making a devil. This looks like...
Hey, you're doing fine. I'm proud of you all. Especially you, Blossom. That real beautiful. Very artistic.
What's that you're making, Blossom?
A castle?
A castle?
Uh-huh.
It looks more like a dump truck to me.
I tell you, it's a castle.
How can it be? Look, it's got a motor in the front.
That's the drawbridge, you stupid boy.
No, play nice, play nice.
What you want this time?
She say Calvin hungry. He not go to sleep till I bring him a deviled egg sandwich. Also got another bulletin. Blossom say Calvin agree with her. Tell her definitely she's not going to school Monday. I'm getting so mad I could bop that Calvin right on his make-believe nose.
There are going to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to insist that she go to school. We've just got to be firm, that's all. Every child respects discipline.
Maybe not right to force her.
Peter's right, dear. Now, look, we're three adults of normal intelligence. We certainly should be able to figure out... Wait a minute. Of course, that's it.
That's what?
Now, look, we know that she prefers the company of adults, right? Well, even that darn kangaroo is 42 years old.
Correction. On Wednesday, be 43.
How do you know?
Blossom asked me to make him a birthday cake.
Well, anyway, this is my plan. If she wants to be around adults all the time, fine. We will treat her like an adult.
That's exactly what she'd like.
Ah, but not my way, dear. Whenever she's around, we will carry on strictly adult conversation.
That's such a roundabout way. If we're just firm with her...
Now, look, we tried Peter's way. Try my way, huh? Now, we'll pick a subject that no 8-year-old could possibly know anything about. A subject like jurisprudence.
Jurisprudence? What that?
The law, Peter, the law.
Who are you trying to keep out of conversation? Blossom or me?
Well, it was the action of Morgenthaler versus Queensberry. And you see, it was a contested legacy, and I handled the estate of the testator.
On what grounds did the plaintiff file?
Well, Morgenthaler, who is a cousin of the deceased, claimed that Queensberry's nephew, who was the principal legatee, had exerted duress on the testator.
Very interesting. Mr. Gregg, what evidence plaintiff submit to substantiate his allegations?
Well, his case was based on the testimony of the housekeeper, who was one of the witnesses to the codicil.
Codicil? Codicil. Oh, yes. Very good, Counselor.
Did the litigation involve the entire will or just the codicil?
Well, the codicil constituted the primary issue of contention. You see, Morgenthaler, who was the plaintiff... What's so funny?
I love it, Uncle Bentley, when you use those big words. They make your chin jiggle.
How did you handle the defense?
Well, I subpoenaed the gardener, whose testimony corroborated my suspicion that Morgenthaler and the housekeeper were in collusion.
Oh, that's too bad. Anybody hurt in the accident?
That's collusion, Peter, not collision.
I think about different case.
Oh, yes, of course. That was Strudwick versus Prescott.
Please, Uncle Bentley, I want to know what happened to Mr. Morgenthaler.
Well, dear, Morgenthaler and the housekeeper finally admitted that they had given false testimony, and I counterfiled a charge of perjury.
Perjury? Perjury.
Uncle Peter, don't you know what perjury means?
What?
Perjury is when you lie under oath. They can give you up to 5 years.
How do you know all that? What are you talking about?
It was on a crime show Calvin and I saw on television.
Why you watch a show like that? And what you butting in for? This conversation for adults. We're having a discussion on
That's jurisprudence.
That enough out of you. No more argument. You going to school.
School?
Yes. While your mother's away, we're in charge of you.
I'm not going to go to school, and you can't make me.
Who say we can't? See here, little girl, you're getting too big for your britches.
Don't you talk to me like that, you big fat you. I don't like you anymore. No. Come, Calvin, we don't want to.
Wonder what Dr. Spock would do at a time like this.
Never mind Dr. Spock. Dr. Tong know what to do. That little girl needs good spanking.
Peter, I think you may be right.
You bet I'm right. When you gonna do it?
What am I going to do it? Oh, it's your idea. You do it.
Oh, no, I'm too strong. I'm liable to hurt her. Niece Kelly, I guess it's up to you. You spank her. You always wanted a firm hand in the first place.
You can be firm without spanking her. I'm gonna do what I should have done a long time ago. I'm going up and tell her that she's going to school, period. Blossom?
Go away. I don't want to talk to you.
You don't have to talk, just listen. You're going to school tomorrow, and there'll be no more discussion about it. Now wash up and get ready for dinner.
I don't want any dinner.
Fine, you don't have to eat dinner. But just stay here in the room, and remember, you're still going to school tomorrow.
That was quick. What happened?
I just told her that she's going to school tomorrow.
What'd she say?
That she's not coming down to dinner, and that's the way it's going to be, Peter. She's not to have dinner.
You're right, Niece Kelly. We gotta be firm. She'll have snack later.
Peter, no dinner and no snack. She must know that we mean business.
But she's practically toothpick, all skin and bones. Wouldn't hurt if I... All right, no dinner, no snack.
I'm proud of you, darling.
Well, somebody had to do something.
You were right. What we needed was a firm hand. But do you think it's absolutely necessary that we... All right. No dinner, no snack. Gee, there hasn't been a sound from up there.
Hope she's not suffering from malnutrition.
Peter, she's only been up there half an hour.
Even criminal in solitary get bread and water.
Look, would you stop acting like...
Blossom! Why, darling, I'm so glad you changed your mind.
Just in time for favorite roast beef. I get you nice juicy cut from center.
I don't want to eat.
Well, then what are you doing downstairs?
I came to get something for Calvin.
You want to give my good roast beef to Kangaroo? Tell him to eat grass.
And you also better tell Calvin that you are going to school tomorrow.
I'm not going to go. I won't. You just don't like me.
Now, Blossom, wait.
Please.
Just listen to that child. It's heartbreaking.
I can't stand it. If she cry any longer, she sap last ounce of strength from puny, unfed little body.
Now, Kelly, it's obvious that your discipline has failed. We can't let her suffer like this.
We can't give in now. It would be the worst thing to do.
We're just torturing her, that's all.
This inhuman. She got to eat.
Please, you can't go up now. You'll undo everything.
Now, dear, you've been wrong, and you've got to admit it. Blossom.
Stop crying, little sweetheart. We give up.
Sure, you don't have to go to school if you don't want to. We'll get you a special tutor.
Come, dinner on table.
I don't want to speak to either of you.
What you say?
I want Niece Kelly.
Well, Blossom, didn't you hear what we said to you?
I don't care. Go away. I want Niece Kelly.
Yes, Blossom, what is it?
Why don't you like me?
What makes you think I don't like you?
You're mean to me. You want me to go to school.
Blossom, making someone do something that's good for them doesn't mean you don't like them. It means you love them even more.
Well, children don't like me.
You know, Blossom, if you want children to like you, you have to show that you like them. Now, take that little boy, Barry, that you had trouble with yesterday.
What's going on up there?
Stop that pacing, will you?
Where have we failed?
Now, will you stop it? You're making me nervous.
I can't. I'm too wound up. All your fault.
My fault? Why?
Got to be. You head of house.
Do you think you could find my old lunchbox? Blossom would like to take it to school with her tomorrow.
Wallabaloo!
That's wonderful.
Blossom, don't you have something to say to Uncle Peter and Uncle Bentley?
I'm sorry I was so naughty.
Oh.
Fine, darling. Now let's all go have some dinner.
Yes, let's go do that, huh?
Double portion for everybody. I even set up place for Calvin. Stick like glue.
Wherever I start.
Wherever you start, we're following you.
Peter, the ice cream's melting.
Coming right up. All right, everybody. Yeah. Okay.
Blossom, having fun?
Oh, yes. And thanks again for inviting all my friends over from school.
Oh, that's all right. Tell me, is Calvin having a good time, too?
Oh, Calvin's not here. He's gone.
He's gone?
Yes, he went to visit some child he heard about who was lonesome.
Oh, good old Calvin.
I wanted vanilla. So did I. This is mine. No, it's mine.
Take it easy, boys. I get vanilla for both.
Give me it.
Oh, Peter!
You know something? Calvin beginning to look pretty good to me now.